Good afternoon. Today we're doing hamstrings again. No forearms because I want to let my arms rest a bit. But hamstrings we're going to do high rep, low wrist, lots of sets. Basically, keep the load off the tendon. But instead of doing that, instead of doing high weighted stuff or high intensity stuff, we're doing volume. That's going to be the key of this training. And I just want to talk a bit about I'm not doing like the training I ideally want to do to reach my goals because, my goal is to do lots of Nordic curls unassisted. And, doing assisted work isn't going to directly translate into that. But also, I'm injured at the moment. So, my tendon is not feeling 100%. So I just have to do what I can do to work around it. I just want to mention here, like, there's this saying, always lead to Rome. Not always are the same distance are like the or will take the same amount of time to get you to Rome, but in the end you'll get there. And if you get there in the end, you have enough of time. It doesn't really matter how fast you're going to get to Rome, right? It doesn't matter how fast I get to 20 Nordic crawls, which is a huge PR for me. At the moment, my PR is 9, right? And I'm far from like that peak that I had. So it's gonna take a long time to to get my goal. So I shouldn't rush. I should, like I always say, split the goal up. First get back to being able to do unassisted Nordics without any pain, and then step from step build up. Okay, I am able to do unassisted Nordic crawls again. Now let's do it for a couple of sets. Now let's make those sets longer. Okay, let's do some weighted stuff. All these goals are like mapped out, in the future. And all the way at the end, we have 20 Nordic crawls. That's Rome for me, that's where I have to go. But at the moment, if I straight go to that path, I'm just gonna hurt myself more. So instead of doing that, I'm going to go a bit of a roundabout, until my tendon heals, and I'll just join up on the same path again. And in the end, when I get my goal, it won't matter how long it will have taken me because it's more about the process and enjoying that process than actually getting the goal. It's like if you watch a movie, when the movie is done, you're like, it's done. You're emptiness, there is nothing anymore. So it's like watching the movie that's fun. It's not like, the movie's done, yay. Like finishing the movie is not the goal. Watching the movie is the goal, So anyway, I'm rambling on way too much. So today, I'm just gonna go head outside again, do my warm up, and get to the volume stuff. Okay, so I set a timer every 3 minutes. My remaining rest time is 2.5 minutes when I'm done with one set. I'm aiming for 15 reps. When it comes to those numbers, I just decided to do a little more than last time. Last time I started with 10 reps per set, and then I went to 12, 14, 16, and so on. And in total, when I recalculated, I got about 100 reps, just about. No, a bit less, 97 I got. So if I can get 100 reps or more today, in total, that means I did more than last time. That means I'm happy. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue doing sets of 15. I don't know if I'll go up, but just get to over 100 and then we'll be good. Okay, so the following set is gonna be my last. It's set number 8. So if we get 15 here, that will be 120 reps, which is more than last time. I'm happy, but I'm not gonna aim for 15. I'm gonna aim for 50 million. I'm just gonna go for failure, basically, because it's the last one we can afford to go to failure. So, gonna put the cushion here. and go for broke. Okay, failure was 16, so only one more than I was doing before. But hey, still one more, so I can't complain about that. And basically, one thing I also want to mention with these finger-assisted Nordics is it kind of looks like a finger exercise, right? And indeed, my fingers are getting tired as hell as well. You know, my fingers are going to failure too. But the most important part is that during the reps, during the entire sit, I'm putting as much pressure on my hamstrings as possible. I'm actively trying to pull with my heels to carry as much load with my hamstrings as possible. And as my hamstrings get more tired, you know, my fingers take over, provide more assistance. Until in the end, both my hamstrings and my fingers are just fucking dead. And then, well, the set is over. So anyway, now 8 sets of 15. Well, 121 reps in total. Very nice. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna up the intensity a tiny bit by using my pinkies as assistance. But unlike last time, I'm not gonna do reps. I'm just gonna hold it there as long as possible for, I think, 3 sets. We'll see. Right. That's not very long. I was expecting to do a bit more, but I guess I'm tired from all those index finger assisted Nordics. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 more sets. I mean, the holds are not as long as I want them to be, so maybe I'll up the assistance to index fingers again. But yeah, 2 more sets like this to hold the bottom position is gonna be good for the tendon as well. Okay, the pinky Nordic holds are done as well. Well, I can't really call it a Nordic hold because I was barely able to hold it at all, not even for a few seconds. But nonetheless, when I had the pressure on my hamstrings with only my pinkies as assistance, I actually didn't feel any pain, which is an improvement from last time already. So I'm very happy with that. And just like this, you know, I'm having a few trainings which are not directly doing unassisted Nordics, you know, a bit less of weight on my tendons, but nonetheless I'm getting stronger. And this way, yes, it's a bit of a longer route, but I'm getting back to where I came from, you know, I'm getting back on the original route. So that's very exciting. Because it was pain-free today, probably next time I'll focus on like pinky assisted reps, and that won't be very high rep because it's already very heavy. But you know, just like that, step by step. Today I did index finger. Next time I'll do pinky assisted. The time after that I'll do pinky assisted and also like let my fingers go and go all the way up. And just like that I can bit by bit put pressure, more and more pressure on my tendon again, and it will be fine before I know it. So that's very reassuring. And what I will do now is some band work. So I have this band here, as you know, the yellow one and the green one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my pull-up bar, put my feet inside, and basically just use it for hamstring curls. I mean, I don't have a hamstring curl machine, but this is the closest thing that gets to it. It's very low weight, so I can just do as many reps as I want, and I'm gonna aim for between 50 and 100 reps. This is gonna pump my hamstrings all the way like a balloon, like it's an insane pump. And basically, a pump means that there's a lot of blood in your muscles, and in this case also a lot of blood around my tendons, which is good for the healing process. So yeah, this is gonna be very nice, and yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of sets of this. Okay, I did a couple of sets like that, 2 to be exact. Very boring, but it's a part of the process of how I'm getting stronger, of how I'm getting around my injury, getting stronger while getting around an injury. So I figured I'd show you guys it anyway, even though it's kind of boring, you know. So today was a very good training. And by the way, like the things I'm doing now, right? I'm building up step for step, step by step to get around my injury, to get stronger, to get to full Nordic curls again. But if you're just starting out on your hamstring training with Nordics, you can use the exact same steps to get there, you know. I mean, it's gonna be a bit slower for you because I already have the muscle memory of doing Nordics in the first place. But you can go through the exact same steps of, you know, using your fingers as assistants and doing like only the first half of the rep. And all the way in the beginning, you can use all your fingers as assistants. You can even just, you know, use your entire hand as assistants and try to focus on pulling as much with your hamstring as possible. And then as you go along, you know, you can remove the fingers. Before you know it, you'll be doing it with only your index finger as assistants. And then you can try pushing up and, you know, giving a little push and releasing your hand entirely and going up all the way. And that's how you get the Nordic. So all these steps I'm doing right now, I've already done before, you know. It's just a basic process of overloading, you know, overcompensation, progressive overload to get back to where I was before. Only now my base is way bigger than before, so I can do way more reps, way more volume, while I'm waiting for my tendon to recover. So that's it, you know. Everything is progressive overload. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. So anyway, today was kind of a short training because only hamstrings, which took me like 45 minutes, I guess, which I guess for one body part it's quite good, you know. We had 11 sets of Nordics in total, and then 2 sets of the hamstring pump stuff. So I'm not complaining. It was a very good training, and now I'm gonna eat some food. I have steak to prepare, and then tomorrow we're gonna have a planche training.